What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up? Philly Will Spill, episode 10. How people doing out there? Hope people had a great Christmas. Today's December 26th. Great Christmas. So, starting off, we always have to go with please subscribe to the channel. We are now at 222 subscribers. Trying to get to 300 this time next week. Got to put some work in, but we're doing relatively well because I think we started with 196 Sunday. Yep, I believe. And now we're at 222. So please like and subscribe. I'm going to take this channel to heights you've seen and heights you haven't seen. Once again, I started my channel to be able to help people out and give the real spill on sports and entertainment and things that are going into this world without having to be with people behind me telling me what to say, like people that's on TV, people that's on the radio, and things of that nature. I'm gonna give it to you real every time. So I'm at 222. By January the 6th, I'll be in another space. I'll have everything set up, backdrop. I now have, as of a Christmas gift, I now have a sound card. I've been using it, know how to use it. So that'll be in full effect. Speakers, lights, the whole 9 yards will be here January 6th. So a lot of people are saying, oh, you got to do something with your background. I got it, y'all. I just started this channel probably 2 weeks ago. And you're gonna see. I want you to see me involved for my day one subscribers. Everything's just not gonna come just like this. I want you to understand that none of this is fake. I'm learning, and I'm executing. So thank you for all the love and support. Still give me what you think I should do. I'm taking all constructive criticism or all advice, as long as it's not forced advice. I talked about that a couple episodes. So yesterday was Christmas. I want to first thank my wife for putting on a good Christmas Eve event with me, just me and my family. We had a great time. We had a fun time. We normally typically go off into different spaces on Christmas Eve or go to a couple parties, but we did have a good time with just the family this Christmas Eve. Great time. Then the family came over for Christmas, did a thing, watched football, and it was a great time. So Merry Christmas to everybody, and upcoming Happy New Year. So going right into it, I have 7 topics today. We're going to talk about the football games from yesterday. We're going to talk about Beyonce's performance, Dez Bryant's statement to Travis Hunter, Gervonta Davis' fight being canceled, NBA Christmas games, Jalen Hurts, if he's going to play or should he play, Saquon Barkley rushing record, and something else at the end. I'll just say that for the last. So 7 topics today. Let's get right into it. Yesterday, NFL, we had the Kansas City Chiefs play the Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens play the Texans. All right, so starting with the first game, Chiefs beat the Steelers 29-10. Patrick Mahomes went for 29 of 38, 320 yards throwing, 3 touchdown passing. Travis Kelce broke Tony Gonzalez's record yesterday. And see, now I have my sound card. Instead of me clapping, you will hear it on my sound card. But good job, Travis Kelce for breaking Tony Gonzalez's touchdown record. He has 77 touchdowns now as of yesterday. Russell Wilson, to the other side of the ball, 23 of 37, 205 yards with 1 interception, no touchdowns. George Pickens was extremely frustrated on the sideline. I would be too. They are now in, since the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, 3-game losing streak. So starting to get frustrated on the Steelers' sideline and locker room. Russell Wilson was sacked 5 times. The Steelers punted 4 times. And they had 1 fumble and 1 interception for 2 turnovers. My spiel on that game is Kansas City Chiefs, you can't beat the Chiefs with turnovers. You have to get turnovers from the Chiefs to beat the Chiefs. You need at least 2. And the Steelers turned the ball over. And Russell Wilson was throwing, but Russell was waiting. Either he was looking for Pickens a lot. The Pickens didn't get open. Then he tried to go to the second or third read. By the time he did that, he was either pressured to run, interfere with his throw, or he was sacked. And that was just really the story of the game. Najee Harrison barely got over 20-some yards. Jalen Ward got some yards, but mainly in receiving. They called one of the touchdowns back that Jalen Ward had, and it was just a game where it was one-sided. It's a one-sided game. Patrick Mahomes is trying to get this home field advantage out the way, so a lot of people thought he was going to rush the ball, but he came out slinging that ball. He slung it good. That's one of the not signature Patrick Mahomes moment, but that's one of the Patrick Mahomes moments you've seen 2 years ago when he had Tyreek Hill, where he just went and just shredded him. First drive, killed him. Tight end, tight end, tight end, tight end. He was tearing them apart. Went down there, touchdown. Next drive, I believe it was a punt. Overall, he was shredding them. He was shredding them. So that was vintage Patrick Mahomes yesterday. So it was one-sided event. Mike Tomlin need to go in there and review with him and Arthur Smith what they want to do with the offense. George Pickens is back. You got Freiermuth, you got Calvin Austin, you got Warren and Najee, but something needs to give. I think that they need to do more small to intermediate passing plays. A lot of Russell's passing plays are past 15 yards or deeper. He needs to come back. He needs to come down under 15 yards, under 10 yards. Dink and dunk, because his offensive line is blocking, but they're not that good to block for him to be throwing 15-plus passing plays every single play. So they need to work on that, and they need to introduce the run. If you go into the playoffs, like I told y'all, run game and defense is what helps you out. So they need to do that. So that's my spiel on that game. One-sided event. Congratulations to Travis Kelce. Good job to the Chiefs. I lost $10 on that game, too. Ravens and Texans. 31-2. 31-2. Very one-sided game. More one-sided than the previous game. Lamar Jackson had 168 for 2 passing touchdowns. Lamar Jackson broke Michael Vick's career rushing record with 87 rushing yards yesterday. He has now won over Michael Vick for 6,110 career rushing yards. Congratulations, Lamar Jackson. Congratulations, man. It looks like, man, it don't look like he is in competition with Josh Allen for the MVP. He is playing better than last year, and last year he won MVP. So it's going to be a real tough stretch these next 3 games for the rest of the people who haven't played. It's coming this Sunday, and 2 games for Lamar to put on his cherry on top of his performance in 2024 to get MVP again. But Lamar doesn't care about MVP, and I believe him. He don't care. He already got it. He wants that Super Bowl. He wants that Super Bowl because you put all the hype on a person having an MVP year, and be that as it may, as Lamar Jackson for the last 3 years that's been in this beat Patrick Mahomes and win the Super Bowl event, and he haven't done it yet. So put all that hype on there. He don't do it again, it's going to be bad. So he don't care about that. He wants to win the Super Bowl. I think he should focus on that well. On the other side of the ball, Derrick Henry went for 147 yards rushing with 1 touchdown. He could have got another one. Mark Andrews is on the streak. He has, I believe, 5, if not 6 passing touchdowns in the last 6 games. So Mark Andrews is on the tear. He has 68 receiving yards. And on the other side of the ball, which really ain't nothing to talk about, C.J. Stroud had 185 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 5 times. The Texans punted 6 times. My spiel on this game, the best thing about this game was the halftime performance. And Lamar Jackson breaking Michael Vick's record. And glad to see they introducing to give Derrick Henry the ball more first to get him going as you're going into the playoffs. And then Lamar go off. But that was really it. Honestly think overall spiel of yesterday's game, they should have let the Steelers play the Texans and let the Ravens play the Chiefs because it was terrible. And the NFL is interfering and now taking away views from the NBA, which they still did because it's the NFL. It's don't do it because it's NFL. But you would have put a dagger somewhere in the NBA if you would have had them 2 teams playing each other, which Ravens and Chiefs and then put Steelers and Texans on first. And I believe you would have had a good game with Steelers and Texans because they right around the same caliber of defense, same caliber of offense, in which the Chiefs and the Ravens, they're around the same caliber of offense. The Chiefs' defense is better than the Ravens, but it would have been a spectacular game with scoring-wise with both games. So that's my spiel. Overall, still was something to watch on Christmas while you're chilling with your family. So I'll give it a C, NFL, a C for far as performance. C+. The plus would be the halftime performance, which is number 2. Topic number 2, Beyonce's performance. Nothing short of excellent, great. I like Shabuzi. I like Blue Ivy. Some people are saying she did country again. I mean, that's what she's on right now. Beyonce can do whatever she want to do. She had a country album out. She's doing her country thing. It sounds good. I like it. Her performance was nothing more than excellent. She puts a good performance on every time, from riding out in the horse, marching band, getting brought up in the air, Blue Ivy, Shabuzi, you name it. It was a great performance. Only thing in my spiel I got to say was it snuck up on me. I don't know if it snuck up on you people. Comment if it did, but it snuck up on me. I didn't know that she was going to be performing on Christmas. I mean, something like that should be known, honestly, when the league starts. I don't know if they snuck that in or if it was already announced before the 2024 season started. But if they did or they didn't, great job, Beyonce. And if I had my sound card, I'd be doing applause. So great job, Beyonce. Excellent job. I liked it. All right. Topic number 3, Dez Bryant and Travis Hunter. So Dez Bryant basically came out and spoke on Travis Hunter's issue with his girlfriend, Lene. So I had an episode where I talked about her and how she acted at his Heisman Trophy after signing. She was annoyed and whatever the case may be. And I just took up for that because that could be just no more than relationship problems. She's mad about something, whether it's girls taking pictures with him and him signing it, or she's just irritated about something before they even started that. So, but since I've done that, Bow Wow's came out. As of lately, Dez Bryant has came out. I heard her say that Travis Hunter wasn't her type. And now it's starting to look more of a bag chaser type of an event. So, without getting negative, my spiel on this is Travis Hunter, watch out. Travis Hunter, mother, father, if he got a sister, I don't know his family history like that, somebody need to be in his corner watching. Now, I could be completely wrong and want to be completely wrong about this girl, but for it to come out public and say that, and once again, everybody can do their own homework. I'm saying all of this allegedly. She's came out and said that Travis Hunter wasn't her type. So that ain't good. That's not good. Because if you tell me you don't like me, but you with me, why are you with me? Let me say that again. If you tell the public you don't like me, but you're with me, then why are you with me? 1 + 1 got to equals 2. It don't equal -2. So my spiel is his family need to look out for him. Travis Hunter, I think he's an intelligent guy. I love his performance on the field, but off the field, watch yourself. I wouldn't want any more stuff spilling over into the public and in the media of any more damaging stories. And also, my second part of my spiel is, where's Dion? Dion, where you at, man? I will hope that he's behind the scenes helping and encouraging Travis Hunter to make sure he's watching out for himself. And I think he is. I like Dion. He's a very good mentor. So, Dion, watch out for Travis, please. I know you watch out for Travis. You watch out for all your players, but more so your sons, Shador, Shiloh, and Travis, from Jackson State to Colorado. Watch out for them. But it's very aware of this young lady. Moving on to the next topic, because I don't want to harp on dead horse. Gervonta Davis fight canceled. This one right here is creating a lot of traction in social media in the boxing world right now. Gervonta Davis came out, I believe, 2 days ago and said the fight is canceled on his Instagram account or Twitter, whichever one. Picture of the floor said that the fight was canceled. Now, it's a lot of speculation about this. There's nothing really fact-finding, at least while I was trying to find facts, other than they're saying that the fight isn't creating any traction for revenue sales. They're also saying, allegedly, Gervonta is not liking the way he's being treated in the boxing world right now. And his press conferences, number 1 and number 2, lack the glitz and glamour that some of the late Floyd Mayweather fights have had. Even the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul press conferences. It looked a little shabby. Gervonta is threatening to retire after 2025 because he has kids, and I like that as maturity. But overall, it's revenue. It's not generating any revenue, or the revenue they thought it would generate. And it might be the fans telling Gervonta, because Gervonta has been hearing a lot of flack for not fighting boxers like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Keyshawn Davis or Lomachenko. Lomachenko backed out, so I really can't put that on Gervonta. So it might be the fans saying, hey, we had enough of the C-class and lower B-class fighters. It's time for you to fight some A-class. And if that's the case, I respect what the fans are saying. And Gervonta is a dog, box office, superstar, spectacular, all those rolled in one. But now, Gervonta, it's time for you to put that stamp on your legacy as one of the greatest fighters. If not, if you beat all of them, if you beat Stevenson, Haney, Keyshawn, and Lomachenko in the next year, for me, I could very well say that brother might be the best ever in boxing. To fight that caliber of fighters. Back to back to back to back. No tune-up fights in between. Just straight run through them. And however order he want to do it. All of them are waiting. Some of them are claiming they wait. I know Keyshawn wants them for sure. Devin, talk about it. But back out of it, him and Shakur, they kind of straddle the fence. So sometimes they'll come out and say, yeah, but then it's a money thing. And they want him, but I don't know how much they want him. I know Keyshawn want him and Lomachenko backed out. Lomachenko might end up fighting him if he don't get any traction with any other boxers. So, but if he was to fight all four of those guys and beat him, one of the best ever, if not the best ever. Because that's kind of rare. It's done back in the day, 90s, 80s. We'd have to fight like that. But now in 2020s, people don't fight like that. So that's my spiel. They're claiming that the tickets are still on sale at the Barclays Center, and they're still selling. But Gervonta said it's canceled, and that's not good for the fight anyways. If it's canceled, it was already canceled on December the 14th for lack of venue, but people are saying allegedly it wasn't that. It was just lack of public interest. So that's my spiel on that. I hope that Gervonta can get it together. The boxing world could come. Al Heyman could come check on Gervonta or talk to him if he already hasn't been talking to him to figure out what's going on and get it to be what it's supposed to be. Because if Gervonta could fight at least 2 of the 4 this year, if not 3 of the 4 this year, it will put a lot of juice in the boxing world because everybody wants to come see Gervonta. It's only really him, Canelo, Benavidez, that really like just generate fight publicity. So that's really it for me on that one. I hope Gervonta can reconcile whatever he needs to reconcile and get back in the ring as soon as he can. On to the NBA. Christmas games in the NBA. The Knicks beat the Spurs 117-114. That was a very good game. Wemby looked like he might be the face of the NBA. He had 42 points and 18 rebounds. Went off in defeat. Karl Anthony Towns had 21. Bronson had 20. The role players on the Knicks did a good job to help beat the Spurs. Timberwolves beat the Mavericks 105-99. Luka Doncic went out with a left calf strain. Anthony Edwards had 26. Julius Randle had 23. Kyrie Irving still put on a show. He had 39 points. The rest of the team was below average. So that's why they lost. Still was a relatively close game, 105-99. 76ers beat the Celtics. I had them to beat the Celtics 118-114. Embiid had a felonious pregame flop. And watch out for this, because this could be something a game or two later where he say his ankle was messed up from that flop and he can't play, although he played that whole game. And he had 27 points. Martin had 23. Maxey had 33. But just watch out for that, because the NBA, man, with these injuries or these felonious injuries be killing me. So watch out for it. Tatum had 32. He had COVID, allegedly. He got pulled out for COVID, some type of sickness on the 23rd. Jaylen Brown had 23. White had 21. So it was a good game. So overall, it was a good game. Later on that night, Lakers beat the Warriors 115-113. This was a great game. Although Anthony Davis tweaked his ankle first quarter, it still came out to be a great game. LeBron James had 31. Austin Reeves had 26. The role players did well. Steph Curry had 38. Wiggins had 21, but that's really all they had. The role players didn't really do too much of nothing. The Suns beat the Nuggets after losing to them 2 days ago. They lost to them 2 days ago, 117-90. Came back and beat them yesterday, 110-100. Durant and Bill had 27. The role players did relatively well. Jokic had 25. Porter had 22. Murray, Mr. No-Show, only in the playoffs sometimes. He didn't show. He had 13. Westbrook had 17. So if you're doing parlays, keep Murray off your parlays. Even if you keep him off and he go off, don't let that influence your next future parlays. Because Murray, I don't know where Murray at right now. Sometimes he plays, sometimes he don't. But I will say, on a scale of 1 to 10 for the NBA to get their viewership up and get some good traction on the brand, I would give them about 8.5 yesterday. It was some good games. Only superstars didn't play was Luka, Anthony Davis, and then other teams wasn't on. Like I think the Bucks didn't play yesterday, but they didn't need to play. They won the cup, and the Minnesota Timberwolves did play. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this right. I'll be getting them two teams fixed. The Grizzlies didn't play. So other than that, I give them an 8.5. It was a great thing for the NBA yesterday. Who I had to say won the slate of the better brand yesterday was the NBA overall. It was. Those NFL games were too lopsided. And the only thing really gave it was you seen Patrick and Kelsey, you seen Lamar, Henry, and you seen Beyonce. Other than that, the other teams, you didn't see them. Next topic. Should Jalen Hurts play this Sunday if he's cleared from concussion protocol? And should Saquon Barkley continue to try to strive to break the Eric Dickerson record? All right, first thing, Jalen Hurts got a concussion 11 plays last Sunday in against the Commanders. He went down. He's in concussion protocol right now. And as of lately, he hasn't been cleared. But we should hear something today. If not, definitely by tomorrow. If he is cleared, should he play? Here's my spiel on that. For all the Eagles fans that's been watching in the last 2 years, and the reason why I use 2 years is because preseason. I know you're like, why are you saying preseason? Why are you saying preseason? If you're an Eagles fan, you know why I'm saying that. This preseason and last preseason, Jalen Hurts didn't play. And when we started the season, he was groggy, rough, rusty. Because, you had mini camp, you had summer camp, you had training camp, you had all of that. But it's not like the game. And even preseason is not like the regular season, but it's something like it. When people are diving at you or falling somewhere around your feet, you got to throw the ball. Mentally, it just calibrates the mind of what real game is like. And when he didn't play, he was rough. So coming into the end of the season, going into the playoffs, and we have Super Bowl or bust aspiration, he needs to play. He needs to play. Because I don't want him going into the playoffs and we play the first round and he rough. We already have a knack on us of starting slow, very slow the whole season. We just started looking somewhat relatively decent the last 3 or 4 games in the first quarter, scoring some field goals. I think one game, maybe a touchdown, but he needs to play. And the Dallas Cowboy game, I think he needs to play at least a half. And if the team gets up and score a lot of points, if it's like 21-0 by half, he come out and play maybe the first drive in the third quarter, then you pull him. The Giants game, first quarter, then you pull him. But I do not think if he has a concussion, with the way we are in the first quarter, that you sit Jalen Hurts against the Cowboys, against the Giants, and go into the playoff with a Jalen Hurts who ain't played in 3 weeks. I do not think you want to do that. No. I don't want to risk his health, but for all the media people in the world and all the true Eagles fans, you know what I'm talking about in preseason. You know what I'm talking about watching it every first quarter. He do not need to sit the entire Dallas game and the entire Giants game. Play him first half in Cowboys game. If it's a blowout, one drive third quarter, pull him. Play him first quarter Giants game, maybe one drive to the second quarter, pull him. And let the Cards play where they play. But do not let Jalen Hurts sit out for 3 weeks. and the way we've been playing. That is my spiel on that. Saquon Barkley he's 268 yards away from breaking the rushing record, single season rushing record. Should he go after that record? Hell yeah. Should he go after the record? Hell yeah. First of all, it ain't been too many people that's been close to breaking that record, and he right there. He had 150 yards last week. He get another 150 yards. He's basically 110 away from breaking it on the Giants? Yes, absolutely. And if I'm Saquon Barkley, which I'm not him, but I know for a fact he's like, I want to break that record. Now, the expense is what everybody should be talking about. If you're playing the Cowboys and you about to run him 30 times because he's getting hit, he's averaging 2 yards, and you trying to run him 30 times to get 120, 130 yards, I don't know about that. I don't know. If he in that game and he busting him, which he should bust him, Cowboys defense do look good. If he busting him, leave him in there. Play him the whole game. But don't make it be where, especially if Jalen don't play, they load in the box and you clearly just gonna keep feeding Saquon the ball and run him into the ground. If Tanner McKee got to play, Tanner McKee got to play. If Kenny Pickett got to play, Kellen Moore, you better draw up some plays. And they say he got to play in motion this week. He better be throwing that ball. He better know how to read the blitz. He better know how to signal protection, especially to the left or to the right of him, because now Michael Parsons get to pick where he wants to go. He better know what Michael Parsons is at all times. He better read who's covering AJ at all times, and if it's single coverage at all times, and he better sling that ball flat out. Push them safeties back, and then let Saquon go off if Jalen don't play. If Jalen do play, then it's gonna be way easier for Saquon, way easier. But yes, he should go after that record. Yes, absolutely. But not at the expense of 30, 40 carries where you run him into the dirt, then playoff time come, he ain't got no more tread on the tires. So that's my spiel on if Jalen should play and if Saquon should break that record. My last thing is it's unrelated to sports and entertainment. It's just related to the world. This period is something I think I should speak on. Just see it nowadays. I don't know if you people see it. If you do, you can comment. Morals and values. Morals are morals. Values are values. If you were raised in a good upbringing, you know what morals and values mean. And I just want people to understand to stick by your morals and values more. Everything's not meant to be swept under the rug. People from the 70s and the 60s, they stand hard on their morals and values. People from the 80s, my era, do, but they kind of started to flip-flopping in this era now that we in, because we live more in this era. We're the youngest to this new era, this millennials and people that was born in 2000, 2010, and in the 90s. The 90s, you guys kind of have it, but start slipping away. And then, like I say, the 2010 to 2020, and definitely the 2020s to 2030, morals and values are not even like, people don't even know what that word is. People have no morals and values. Everything is let it slide, sweep it under the rug, sweep it under the rug. I'm not saying that things cannot be rectified, talked about, sat down, and taken care of. They can. It's more so on who's the offender, a person doing it, taking accountability, and actually standing by their word to make sure that whatever the issue is, it just doesn't happen again. But moral and values got to mean something. People are never going to go into the world and respect how they treat individuals at work, in relationships, kids. If the person who's supposed to make them understand that you need to be held accountable for what you're doing, make them do that and stand on their morals, their values, and their beliefs. So I'm just asking the world, when it comes to moral values and beliefs, stand on it. Everything is not meant to be swept under the rug. Now, I'm also saying you can rectify it with whoever the people, the group may be, to continue to move on and have a better way of life with that group or that individual. But stop sweeping everything under the rug and laughing and kikiing. Because it ain't supposed to be like that. Yo, grandparents and great-grandparents from the 70s, 60s, moral and values was something that they stood on a lot. And we need to be restructuring that and boating that back down to the ground, because a lot of the boats that got pulled up off the ground. Stop letting everything slide. Everything ain't supposed to be meant to slide. Address issues. People are so weak and soft nowadays. Address issues. Or they crazy and want to just shoot everything. Address issues. Address issues. Morals, values, and beliefs is what I want you to take from this video if you watch it to the end. And with that said, like I say all the time, I'm Philly Will all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And I'm out.